Welcome. Today, we're diving into the world of production functions, a core concept in economics that helps us understand how businesses turn inputs into outputs. Whether you're curious about how factories operate or why companies make certain decisions, understanding production functions is key. We'll explore the differences between short-run and long-run production, the marginal product of labor, and the principle of diminishing return. Let's start by laying the foundation for what a production function actually is and why it matters in the real world. Production function describes the relationship between the inputs a firm uses and the output it produces. Think of it as a recipe. The ingredients are your inputs, like labor, machines, and raw materials, and the finished dish is your output. The production function helps businesses decide how much of each input to use to maximize output efficiently. This concept is fundamental for managers and economists alike, as it guides decisions on resource allocation and cost management. Economics, the short run is a period during which at least one input, like machinery or factory space, remains fixed while others, such as labor, can be adjusted. For example, a bakery can hire more workers for a busy season, but it can't instantly expand its kitchen. This limitation shapes how much output can be increased in the short run and is crucial for understanding business flexibility and constraints. Like the short run, the long run is a period when all inputs can be varied. Firms have enough time to adjust everything from labor to factory size and technology. Imagine a company planning to build a new plant or invest in advanced machinery. These are long-run decisions. This flexibility allows businesses to optimize production and adapt to changing market conditions, making the long run essential for strategic planning. Main difference between the short run and long run lies in input flexibility. In the short run, some resources are fixed, limiting how much output can change. In the long run, firms can adjust all resources, allowing for greater changes in production. This distinction helps businesses plan for immediate needs versus future growth, and it's a cornerstone of economic analysis. Marginal product of labor measures the additional output produced by adding one more worker while keeping other inputs constant. For example, if a factory hires an extra worker and output increases by 10 units, that's the marginal product. This concept helps firms decide how many workers to employ and when hiring more people stops being efficient. Calculate the marginal product of labor, subtract the previous total output from the new total output after hiring an additional worker. For instance, if output rises from 50 to 60 units after hiring another worker, the marginal product is 10. This calculation is vital for managers aiming to optimize staffing and productivity. Diminishing returns occur when adding more of a variable input, like labor, leads to smaller increases in output. For example, adding more workers to a crowded kitchen eventually results in less additional output per worker. This principle is crucial for understanding why firms can't keep increasing production just by hiring more people. Imagine a bakery with a fixed number of ovens. As more bakers are hired, output increases at first, but eventually the kitchen becomes crowded and each new baker adds less to total output. This is a classic example of diminishing returns in action, showing the limits of increasing just one input while others remain fixed. The short-run production curve typically rises quickly at first, then flattens as diminishing returns set in. This curve visually represents how output changes as more labor is added, holding other inputs constant. It's a useful tool for managers to predict the effects of hiring decisions. In the long run, the production curve can shift as firms adjust all inputs. This allows for more efficient production and potential increases in output. The long-run curve helps businesses plan for expansion and investment, ensuring they remain competitive in the market. The law of diminishing returns states that as more units of a variable input are added to fixed inputs, the additional output from each new unit eventually decreases. This law is a guiding principle for businesses, helping them avoid overheating or overusing resources. Understanding diminishing returns helps firms make smarter decisions about resource allocation. By recognizing when adding more workers or materials becomes less effective, businesses can avoid wasting money and maintain efficiency. This knowledge is crucial for staying profitable and competitive. In the short run, businesses face constraints due to fixed inputs. For example, a factory can't instantly expand its building or buy new machines. These limitations affect how quickly a company can respond to changes in demand or market conditions. Over the long run, firms can adjust all inputs, allowing for greater flexibility. This means they can invest in new technology, expand facilities, or change their production methods entirely. Such flexibility is vital for adapting to industry trends and consumer preferences. Finding the right mix of inputs is essential for maximizing output and minimizing costs. Firms use production functions to determine the most efficient combination of labor, capital, and materials. This process is ongoing and adjusts as market conditions change. Returns to scale describe how output changes when all inputs are increased proportionally. If output increases more than inputs, it's called increasing returns to scale. If output increases less, it's decreasing returns to scale. This concept is important for long-term business growth. When a firm doubles all its inputs and output more than doubles, it experiences increasing returns to scale. This often happens due to efficiencies gained from larger operations such as bulk purchasing or specialized labor. It's a key driver of business expansion. If a firm doubles all inputs but output increases by less than double, it faces decreasing returns to scale. This can result from management challenges or resource limitations as the company grows. Recognizing this helps firms avoid overexpansion. Constant returns to scale occur when output increases in direct proportion to inputs. For example, doubling all inputs results in exactly double the output. This scenario is ideal for predictable growth and stable operations. In the short run, costs are influenced by the fixed and variable inputs. As more workers are hired, variable costs rise, but fixed costs remain unchanged. Understanding these cost structures helps businesses set prices and manage budgets effectively. In the long run, all costs become variable as firms can adjust every input. This allows companies to seek the lowest possible cost for any level of output, leading to more efficient production and competitive pricing strategies. Technology plays a major role in both short-run and long-run production. New machinery or software can increase output, reduce costs, and change the optimal mix of inputs. Staying updated with technology is essential for maintaining an edge in production. Labor productivity measures how much output each worker produces. High productivity means more output with the same number of workers, which is beneficial for both short-run and long-run production. Firms constantly seek ways to boost productivity through training and better tools. Capital refers to tools, machines, and buildings used in production. In the short run, capital is often fixed, but in the long run, firms can invest in new equipment. The right capital investments can significantly boost output and efficiency. Firms can sometimes substitute one input for another. For example, automation can replace manual labor. Understanding the trade-offs between different inputs helps businesses adapt to changing costs and technologies. In real-world businesses, production functions guide decisions on hiring, investment, and resource allocation. Managers use these models to forecast output, plan expansions, and respond to market changes, ensuring the company remains efficient and profitable. While production functions are powerful tools, they have limitations. Real-world conditions like unpredictable demand, supply chain issues, or labor shortages can affect outcomes. Businesses must remain flexible and update their models as conditions change. We've covered the essentials of production functions, including the differences between short-run and long-run production, the marginal product of labor, and the law of diminishing returns. These concepts are crucial for making informed business decisions and understanding how firms operate efficiently. As markets and technologies evolve, understanding production functions will remain vital for business success. By mastering these concepts, managers and entrepreneurs can better navigate challenges and seize new opportunities in the ever-changing world of production.